In Italy, on May the 2nd, the Allied forces under General Alexander began their own last offensive. They broke through the mountain barriers and overran the plain of the Po. And the Italian partisans rose with them, and they dominated large areas of northern Italy. Free forces of Poles and Frenchmen, and Italians and Yugoslavs, and many other nationalities took a significant part in this final triumph. Milan was taken, and Genoa, and Turin.
Public attention now switched to the other half of the war, raging in the Pacific and Asia. Here the Allies were steadily closing in on Japan in a series of bitter land and sea campaigns.
In early May, the Burmese campaign ended with the capture of the capital, Rangoon.
To achieve this victory, the Allies killed 97,000 Japs, inflicted 250,000 casualties.
Symbol of the island war in the Pacific was Okinawa. In a brilliant attack, the Americans cut the island in two in little over a day.
Japan's case was becoming hopeless, and a call to surrender was issued by the Big Three at Potsdam on July 26th. This was ignored.
The Allies had other visiting cards for Hirohito. On August the 5th, President Truman announced that the first atomic bomb had fallen on Hiroshima with a force equal to 20,000 tons of high explosive. A new era in warfare had opened.
Other attacks by high explosive and incendiary bomb were reducing the Japanese home islands to rubble. In one raid by 500 super fortresses, the heart of Tokyo was burnt out by 4,000 tons of incendiaries.
The end came on August the 14th. At midnight, Premier Attlee broadcast the great news. The last of our enemies is laid low. Then came MacArthur's greatest hour, the signing of the Japanese surrender aboard an American warship.
London that night was a city of light as the people came out, many from their beds, to celebrate the end of the 6-year war.
But peace also brought its problems, chief among them how to protect the world against another and even worse war.
On June 26th, 50 Allied nations put their signature to the San Francisco Charter in an effort to build up an efficient peace organization.
This time the crimes of the German were too flagrant for them to escape punishment. The fiends of Belsen were tried and executed.
But the Belsen officials were only the tools. Behind them stood the Nazi leaders, and on October 18th, 24 of Germany's principal war criminals were arraigned before a world court in Nuremberg, scene of their greatest triumphs. The record of their crimes filled a document 24,000 words long.
Resources of modern invention were used to ensure a fair trial. Prisoners and judges were able to listen to a sentence-by-sentence translation as the trial proceeded. As the year ends, the Nuremberg trial goes on.
Oh yes, remember these two? The one on the left was found dead in Milan. The other died in Berlin. Nobody quite knows how. Neither of them realized that that train was going west.